All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Woolie Swamp Podcast, Episode 1. We're here with
Abdul, Bangura,
and
Mouhamet, Gaye.
Today we're going to be talking a little bit.
Why are you laughing?
No, it's fine. We can edit. That was good. All right.
You said that. It's not.
All right, today we're going to be talking a little bit about sports, a little bit about school, a little bit about, everything that's going on in the world today, and we have some fun questions at the end. So first we're going to start with NBA. We have the 13-0 Cavs, which is, I think, the biggest surprise. I was not expecting 13-0 Cavs.
The boys is putting up a show for sure.
Yeah, yep. So headlined by Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. How do you guys think the Cavs are going to, continue their season?
I feel like
you could go.
I feel like as young rising stars, they're definitely making their mark on the game. They're putting in the work, and they're definitely getting their results,
Right.
especially with them being high scores, especially. Them being 13-0 is only proof of their effort.
I mean, yeah, bro. People tend to sleep on Donovan Mitchell in general, bro. He's a sneaky athletic, bro.
Yeah, he is.
If you let him get hot, he's gonna keep it going. Like he's nice. He's a very complete player. So I think with his leadership, the team's gonna go really far this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when it comes playoff time.
Definitely. Yep. So the Celtics now have some competition, I guess, with the Cavs. So we better watch out.
That's gonna be fun.
Celtics and the Cavs actually play in a few days,
Mhm.
so that's a big game.
Sure.
Celtics 10-3. They did lose the NBA Cup the first game. They didn't. They're still in competition, but they lost the first game, which makes it so they don't have a home game for the rest of the Cup. So, how do you guys think the Celtics are doing this year?
I think they've been doing really good. Like overall, like they're really proving why they won the what's it called?
The playoffs.
Why they won the championship last year. They're a very high caliber team. The chemistry is really good. Everybody fits with each other, I'd say.
Yeah.
And their defense is just really insane. So I think if they keep it up like that, they can definitely bounce back.
Definitely, yeah.
I
think.
feel,
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I feel like them being 10-3, although it's not as good as Cavs, I'm sure that they've been trying to put in as much work as the Cavs have been, Although they aren't getting their beats straight, I'm sure that they'll surely, they'll get their feet in the mud, they'll get their tracks in the mud. Hopefully they'll just start, churn those wins out.
Yeah.
They'll bounce back.
Yeah. I think last year, especially in the playoffs, the defensive intensity really translated into offensive success.
Exactly.
And that, showed why we're different than other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Our defense was very, very intense.
Very active.
Very active. Every possession counted. And that's what we need for this year and
that's
for
what
the
I'm saying.
playoffs.
Yeah, the chemistry, everybody knew what their job was.
Yeah.
Everybody filled their assignments.
Yeah.
And they trusted that each person next to them would do their job. So it just led to like a bowl.
Yeah.
Also, Drew Holiday, he's definitely been filling in those shoes,
Yeah.
Great defensive player.
Right.
Last championship, got a lot of steals, got a lot of stops.
Definitely
led to our win,
Yeah.
I think him and
doing a good job.
Porzingis were a great add to the team.
Yeah, they were.
Definitely. Not to mention, Jaylen Brown. Dangerous scorer.
Yep.
You can't let him get through into the paint. You can't leave him outside.
Yeah.
Especially Tatum too. You can't sleep on him, bro.
Yeah.
You can't sleep on him.
Yeah. Brown had some struggles in the playoffs in previous years, and then last year he totally flipped the switch. More consistent, more dominant, and let's continue with that. Hopefully the Celtics win another chip, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's move on to NFL. You have the Chiefs, who are not two-time, but they have won the last two Super Bowls. They're now 9-0, so I guess no surprise there. Yeah. So do you guys think the Chiefs have a chance to go undefeated this year?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
With the way they're playing, especially their defense has stepped up a lot compared to last year.
Yeah.
Their quarters, even their line is really insane this year.
Yeah.
They play their ass off.
Yeah. They their offense has gone down a little from last year, but they're still closing games with their defense.
Their defense is making up for the lack of the offense.
Yeah,
I do think
definitely.
That. And Mahomes is just doing Mahomes things. You know?
Right. Yeah.
I hate that.
So the Patriots, how do you guys think the Patriots are doing? They're
Whoa.
3-7 right now.
Man, I really thought Drake May, I thought he pulled something, but
Nah, Drake May is doing really good. It's just I don't think he has a line to really like give him the chance to show what he can really do. That's what I'm saying. This year, I see we like lose all our matches, just so we can get like the first somewhere in the top 10 picks. That's what we really need.
Yeah.
We need like one of the old linemen for sure, or if we could get like another corner or something like that.
Right. Yeah. No, May is really talented. I watched his film through college and everything, and he was amazing to watch. And he never had a good O-line in college either, so he had to continuously fight for himself and like be the team.
Sure that.
And
had to be a backbone.
Yeah.
If he just has a line around him, that can really like give him time to make decisions. I think he's really gonna be good.
Yeah, that'll definitely help. Now to the western side of things on the NFL, we have the Eagles and Lions who are up there in the record. How do you guys?
That's gonna be a heated battle.
Yeah.
There's a lot
you
of
guys
rivalry
think that
between
Eagles and Lions are
Yes,
top two teams?
They've been going at it for a while.
I feel like it's definitely gonna be rough. Football being a very competitive sport, I'm sure that they'll put all their effort into beating each other.
Yeah.
Bro, the corners from the Lions and the receivers, I promise you, there might end up being a fight. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a heated battle for sure.
Yeah. So Super Bowl champion predictions for you guys.
Ooh. I mean,
I got my bets on the Chiefs. To be honest, I feel like my bets are on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They low-key might win it all. Back to back, because
back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way they're playing, if nobody gets them, if nobody can stop them, then they're gonna 3-beat again.
I'm gonna say Ravens.
Ravens, yeah.
Listen, they've been a solid team
for
a while, but they haven't been able to close out the playoffs. But
as much as I like the Ravens, them being my favorite team, I would like for them to win, but I feel like it's still gonna be most likely that the Chiefs are definitely.
They got Derrick Henry going crazy.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's good.
I don't know. Derrick Henry, Odell.
Yeah.
If those guys come back healthy, I think they're definitely gonna make a fight.
Yeah.
They're gonna put up a fight for sure. It's gonna be a really good one.
So before we get to the school section of things, we're gonna address a big game going on, and Abdul, want to talk about tonight's game a little bit?
Yeah. So we play the Northridge Rams. We play them at their high school today at 6:00, which is definitely gonna be one of the most intense games because we've been rivals for a very long time, like way before our days, I guess. Back in the 1990s, 1980s. We've been rivals for a very long time.
Right.
And it's gonna be a show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so many
Is it a
people.
playoff game?
Oh yeah, it's a playoff game.
It's a playoff game.
Yep. If we win this, we make it to the semifinals. It's gonna be a big game. Yeah. It's gonna be packed, bro, everywhere.
Yeah. This is gonna be awesome. You guys got.
You know what game I can't wait for? Me come from Grafton, I just grew up with those guys, but I can't wait for the Grafton v. Millbury game.
We don't play them this year.
We don't play them this year?
Nah, it got switched. We play Prouty now.
Prouty.
Yeah.
I always look forward to
Grafton
that game.
is always a good competition.
Yeah, Prouty's not going to be good competition this year. But
the Northbridge game is going to be a really intense
go
game.
Woolies.
For sure.
Go Woolies. All right, so for the school side of things, MCAS was passed 55% to not be required. Any thoughts on that?
Why do you have to do it so late?
Yeah.
Right, we had to take it
Honestly,
now because we had to.
Yeah, us being seniors, we had to deal with it from grade 3 all the way to sophomore year?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for them though.
I'm happy.
They have to deal with the stress that we have.
Don't get us wrong, we're happy for them, but
right.
But when it came to the MCASs, I kind of excelled. I didn't let it stress me out.
Mm-hmm.
As it should for the other grades, but it being a requirement, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit too much.
Yeah,
right.
Puts a little bit unnecessary pressure to.
Yeah, I feel like kids should just be able to get their credits and move on in life.
Yeah, I agree. We're still gonna have to take, or the kids are still gonna have to take it. It's just not gonna be required to pass. So it's gonna have teachers spent way too much time on MCAS, and there's more to teach than a test.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd rather them freely teach.
And doing that MCAS test doesn't
Focus on
define who
tests.
you're going to be.
Honestly,
No,
the kids got more to think about. They already have a lot to stress over.
Yeah, I agree.
It's best not to make that another one on their list.
Right. All right, let's talk about school lunches. What are some of your top good and some of your worst?
I think
your
we
least
can
favorite
all agree
school
here,
lunches?
orange chicken.
Orange chicken.
Orange chicken
Yeah.
Hey,
is
don't sleep
number
on
one.
don't sleep on the French toast though.
French toast.
sticks.
Oh, yeah,
Those
French
are
toast.
fire.
I feel like I put like French toast at 3, but like, you know what I like doing with my barbecue chicken pizza? Chipotle ranch. Chipotle.
That's
Okay.
alright. It's not.
I
That's
see.
not. That's reasonable.
I see.
That's like my number 2 spot, and then a number 1 orange chicken.
Okay. that
What's
makes
you
sense.
guys' top 3?
For me, for sure, I'd say like orange chicken.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they do like the bone with the regular wings. Those are pretty good too.
Oh yeah, the regular fried
wings.
wings. Yeah.
And then I'd say
Oh,
the French toast sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, don't eat the tacos they had in the wrap.
Mm.
No, those
Yeah.
are they were good, but bro, I ain't gotta say much.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure we all know.
Yeah.
Right.
In my opinion, I'm not a big school lunch guy, but the thing that my top thing here is the bone-in wings, and then dip them in some boom boom sauce.
Oh yeah,
Unbelievable.
boom boom sauce. Good.
Boom boom sauce carries
Yeah.
everything. But what are some bad school lunches?
Oh,
Honestly, I think
Bro.
we can say like the cheese steak. Yeah, the cheese steak.
Oh my god.
Not only does it look like unappetizing, but it is bland as all.
Plain as can be.
Yeah, bro.
Goodness
and then
gracious.
you got like tomatoes.
Yeah, yeah.
To add to dip. It's just not good for me.
Yeah.
I don't really like it.
No,
That and the pretzels, bro. Those are the driest things on earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pretzels are
oh my
good.
God.
Dry as the
and
desert.
Then the only reason why I'd ever get it is probably because of the yogurt that it comes with.
Right.
That's the only thing.
there's some
The
meals
yogurt-
like that. It comes
the
with
yogurt don't
Yeah.
save you.
That's literally the
Yeah.
yogurt is the only reason why I
Right.
get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those are pretty bad.
Has high school done a good job, or this high school, Millbury, done a good job preparing us for our future? Since
In
we're
my
seniors right now.
personal opinion, before like like if you know of it, if you don't, like the PLTW program for kids that kind of want to get into engineering, that helps. But if we did have that program, I don't feel like high school helps a lot into getting kids into the specific careers that they want to get into.
Yeah.
I don't really think that it helps at all. I feel like we should have like specialized classes
Yeah.
instead of requiring us to take English like 4 years in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't really make sense. Or stats make sense, but algebra 1 and algebra 2 doesn't make as much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like with with the classes that we're taking right now, I feel like we should have 7th and 8th grade like be a year where you almost like take different classes and try to figure out what you want to do, and then high school you have like a specialized, almost like a tech school kind of.
Yeah.
But then like junior high is like the year you find what you like, and then once you get to high school, you focus on it and
Right.
take classes and do the things that are requirement, like pre-calc. That's required
Yeah.
if you want to do engineering to go to like WPI.
Yeah.
It should be like that. You take pre-calc and all the stuff that you need to take to get into the college you want to get. That's
You
how I
know
feel
what
like it
would
should be.
also be a good idea? Like, I know it's unfeasible, but just having like, not like a general high school, but like specialized high schools. Like, just scrapping the entire idea of just general high schools altogether. Like, middle school being where like kids want to learn what they actually want to do,
Yeah.
and high school pushes them towards that.
Yeah.
And not only that, I feel like high school could like partially like help you get through college,
Yeah.
as in like give you some credits in college.
Right.
Like for example,
Like if you
like
take
BVT. BVT is really good with
BVT
tech.
is good, yeah.
It can really get you into colleges like MIT, Georgia Tech.
yeah.
Right.
Like it can really get you into those tech colleges.
Yeah.
It's really good.
But yeah, no. And the one thing I do actually like is like the AP classes, like having the ability to gain like college credits before you even go to college. That's definitely a pro. I like that.
Yeah.
Because one thing I took was AP Bio, and going to the medical field or even just engineering, like that's gonna help you. a
For
lot.
example, like AP Trig
Yeah, exactly.
or
Yeah.
like AP Pre-Calc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those definitely help, especially when you're going to college, because you already know what college classes are almost gonna be.
Yeah.
Like.
Right.
Like
it's
for
like a-
example,
exactly.
you got classes like it's either pre-calc or calc in college that you're gonna have to take, And if you can take like AP pre-calc and that gives you credits, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But I feel like there should be like a greater way towards making up those credits and getting through college faster.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, we can have like, you know, a general future that is just built to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
I feel like they should also teach about like money, like how to use money.
Yes,
They don't teach enough about that.
They don't teach anything about
Teach how to
budgeting.
say- I mean,
Props to Mr. Amaral. He
Yeah.
does have a few classes, and he has helped me a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Even-
Mr. Amaral's elective.
Yeah, even Mr. Cunha with the like
Yeah,
sports
Mr.
marketing
Cunha,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Like,
you
for
know,
example, the
Yeah.
one thing that I learned from any of those classes is like the 20, 30, 50 rule. Like,
Yeah.
you use what you want with 20, and then what you need with 30, and then you save 50.
yeah.
But,
It's like-
like, that was like the only thing that I really learned.
Yeah, and you learn to also spend less than you also make, which
Yeah.
is one thing, especially like as a young teenager. Like all you want to do is just spend all the money you have,
Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
clothes, buy shoes, buy that.
Well, that's
If you
because, like, as teenagers, we don't really have
Yeah,
expenses.
Exactly.
But, like, the thing is, for example, like, we need to be taught, like, how to learn how to do taxes.
Yeah,
Our
stuff-
FAFSAs, we need to be
Yeah,
learned.
definitely.
Or, like, we need to be taught for stuff
Yeah.
that's actually going to benefit, like, everyday life
Like,
things in the
after-
future.
yeah. Because some people don't end up going to college, and
Yeah, a lot
if
of
they
people.
learn that in high school, that's going to be beneficial to them, especially when
Yes.
they leave. Because some kids that drop out are like confused about where they are, what they're gonna do after
Right.
that. So it'd be a benefit if we could, learn more about what we need to do outside of school,
Yeah.
one thing I like is like the day you get to spend with like one of the I don't know, like one of the people, like major like people in the town.
Yeah.
With like, I don't know, sewer department,
Yep.
the police chiefs, the fire departments, all that. Like I'm saying, we should do more things like that,
Right.
where it's
I
more
agree.
interactive and you can keep the students engaged.
Yes,
Yeah.
because connections are, the key to
Exactly.
success in everything you do.
Yeah.
I like BVT because, they prepare you and they give you, a field of things to do
Yeah.
to figure out what you want to do. And then, but I think there should be like an alternate, not just tech, not just construction and, all
Like,
the
I
hands-on
feel like-
jobs. There should be a business, like,
Yeah, I feel like there should be business, there should be arts.
yeah.
I feel like there should be all sorts of things that
Yeah.
kids really want to,
And then that would be the
throw
ultimate
their
ice cream.
passion
Yeah.
into. Like there's some kids like I know, and they really have passion for things that they really want to do.
Yeah.
And like I see these kids, and I see something in them, but then I realize that this is literally going to go nowhere with the schooling that we have here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's genuinely sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we could do a lot better job preparing kids for the future. Totally. Talking about future, do you have a future? Do you guys have future plans, like what you want to do after high school?
Yeah, for me, my goal is to definitely play sports in college. Trying to go D1, that's the goal. And, also have a major to fall back on, just in case. But, for me, to be honest, I don't think there's a second plan. It's just you got to go all the way.
Yeah.
I'm
Go all
set.
out, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
What college? Have you got any offers or?
Closest to getting some.
Okay.
Talking to like the Merrimack coach.
Merrimack's good.
Yeah, Assumption, and I got Springfield too.
Nice.
Yeah, so for sure, you just gotta, keep up the work.
Yeah.
Keep talking, and
That's great.
I mean, official visits are coming up soon, so
Right.
I'll be visiting them for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. What major would you fall back on?
Probably like somewhere in engineering or in the medical field.
That's awesome.
Because those are always like,
Honestly, WPI would work really well with that.
Yeah.
Even though it's a private school and it's expensive, they give you a scholarship. Work
no,
really
for sure.
well.
What about
But
you?
they
Mo?
can't really give scholarships for D3 schools for sports.
Right.
Though they might do it in like tuition, but they won't like.
Well, I mean, like, if you really study, man, like,
Oh yeah, my grades are solid, so I think
Yeah.
I'll be challenged.
I'm sure you got it in the bag.
What about
Yeah.
you? What do you guys plan?
For me, plan on doing electrical engineering. I've always had, like, a passion, a heart for, like, electronics, just working with my hands. I have a rig of mine at home, but I'm planning on doing, like, 4-year, and then I gotta do a double major, so then I have something to fall back on. And I plan on doing sales, because that's just something that's always gonna be around.
Yes. AI can't take sales.
Yeah, AI can't really take sales. No. And the thing is with stocks, people study it, but they're really unpredictable.
Yeah,
right.
I don't really see it as something that I can trust. So I'll just stick with something safe.
Yeah, I agree.
For my fallback, a career that will, make me a lot of money, hopefully, in research and development. I really plan for working for Intel. That's a company that I really like. I really like the products that they make. But
that's awesome. I am committed to Grand Canyon University. I think
this guy.
Yeah,
I went there one time and he's already locked in.
GCU. Yeah, no, the trip really secured it. Everyone was so nice. It was such a great community. But I'm going there for sports management. Hopefully, get a job with in Arizona sports. And hopefully, like climb the ranks or whatever, and make more money. And have more fun.
Yeah,
that's kind of what that job's about, having fun.
Exactly.
Which I love. We're gonna go take a little controversial turn here into like current issues on today, and kind of like political. So for you guys, what are issues that matter to you today or growing up, like when you're trying to become, a father and leading your family? What are some issues that occur to you? Inflation
will man, I remember the days when I could walk into a convenience store with like $5 and then leave with like 20 different items as if I robbed the place.
Bro, my mom, I used to go shopping with my mom, bro. We'd buy $50. Our shopping cart would be filled up.
Right.
Literally,
with
sometimes
$50 you can only buy like maybe an egg, a milk, and like bread.
Yeah.
It's
literally
so bad.
Eggflation is it's so expensive.
Bro. It's like $10
bro,
for
I remember, sometimes I do like grocery runs for my family.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I would walk inside the store, get like 10 or so items. And then I'd ring up to the cash register. It would be like some $200. I'm like, brother, what?
Yeah. It's insane. Especially it's only gonna go up by the time we're fathers, man.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Eggs are gonna be like $60.
Right.
Man, that's why I'm going in engineering, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to raise the wages for sure, like to counteract with the inflation that's going on.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
it's gonna kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
my
hard.
wallet's gonna be crying more than a human can, bro.
Right. It's hard because in the past 100 years, you have times where raising the wages matched with inflation, and times like today where raising the wages did not match inflation, and inflation's up here and the wages are here. Yeah. So it's not really beneficial to the average American.
Exactly.
But I think inflation's a big topic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Ukraine and Russia.
Oh,
Ukraine and Russia. Well, if we talk history,
yeah, it's been an ongoing battle.
Yes, it's been an ongoing battle, but
Russia's been trying.
Putin, you know where he gets all this from? The old Russian Empire.
Yeah.
But it still ain't right to take land that isn't yours, especially when that culture's been cultivated for like 1,000 years, man.
They separated a while ago too.
Yeah.
And they
still ain't right.
Russia's always wanted Ukraine.
They've always wanted Ukraine.
Right.
And now Ukraine is looking to join NATO, which it will definitely receive protection, but countries in NATO don't want they want Ukraine to wait to join NATO.
Yeah.
Even though it's already getting like hella money.
Yeah.
And even US troops are going there, so.
Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like the reason why they're doing that is because if they join, they know for a fact all those other countries are going to have to join the war immediately.
Yeah, and then Russia has a big front.
Exactly.
Not to mention, it's a world superpower.
Exactly.
It's the second strongest country in the world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And while U.S. is across the sea, it is right next door to all those Eastern European countries.
Yeah.
And if one of them is attacked, everybody's going to fight. So that's just going to bring up a big world war.
Right.
And it's going to be Cold War all over again.
It's going to be bad.
It is scary how much power that as destruction that we have in our hands with these nuclear.
At the press of
these
weapons.
thermonuclear warheads.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It is scary. But I hope we negotiate something. I'm glad that I think we have a stronger, like, negotiating or peacemaker in office starting next year. Like, he has flaws. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying he's perfect. But I think that is one thing most people could agree on, that he's better at dealing with foreign.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, when dealing with foreign policy, I feel like there's only one policy, which I kind of just didn't like, me being, like, Muslim.
Yeah.
There was the so-called Muslim ban, where they banned, like, predominantly Muslim countries.
Right.
I get that he said it was for, like, the sake of the nation, but, like, at the same time, like, I don't know, that just kind of had me on edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
But
Sure.
other than that, like, his tax policies, they're way better than Kamala's. Kamala's is kind of just, like, tax, like,
She's there. She's
it's just kind of the same flat rates.
Yeah.
Well, as many of you know, Trump is under attack for tax evasion, which is like a $420 million lawsuit.
Yeah.
At the end of his term, well, actually, there's a vote whether to prosecute him now for it. But at the end of the term, he's gonna have to pay that all back, which is like,
Yeah.
that's like $500 million,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. There's a lot of.
But I think he got that in his bag, bro.
Right.
I think he's gonna find a way to get out of it for sure.
No,
He's
well, I
definitely-
mean, politicians always do.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I would have to say, though, I mean, his comeback, I mean, it's one of the greatest comebacks of all time. Like, politics, sports, anything. Like, what he went through.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
bro,
he-
almost
and he-
getting killed twice. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro, no.
And the thing is,
Yeah,
like,
34
when it came to the
accounts
Trump,
or whatever. Yeah.
when it came to the Trump shooting, if you really think about it, he turned at the exact moment.
Yeah.
The bullet was already shot, but he turned at the exact moment
Right, to look
to
at
the point where it, like,
Yeah.
so that thing was planned. I genuinely don't think that it's staged.
No.
If it was staged, which I don't think it is, that's a brilliant marketing move.
Yeah.
What a
The
shot.
odds of that.
What a-
But think about it though. The odds of him hitting it perfectly right here as he dodges, you can't really stage that.
No,
A bullet's
no.
a bullet.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah. What
but-
a crazy. And then going back, listen, I'll admit it. All right, I'm not. If I'm getting shot at, I'm staying down. I'm not going up and saying fight.
Yeah.
You know what was crazy, man?
The shirt.
When I found out that happened, I was 8,000. Like, man, I was on a flight to Texas when that happened. Then suddenly I'm hearing about Trump. Gosh, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Bro, the moment I saw that, I'm like, oh, America, that's getting printed on a shirt.
Yeah.
I know. The
Yeah.
moment I saw that image.
Man,
Yeah.
I promise
I was
you,
like,
you
it's
could
over.
search it right now. That's on a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might need to get one. But
Sure, I
anyway.
might get one myself.
Yeah, so let's go to the fun side of things. A little break from politics or whatever. This is actually our last topic.
Wait, hold
so-
on.
Yeah.
Didn't we have the Israel-Palestine?
Oh,
thing?
Israel Palestine. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like,
Emotional here.
huh?
Nah, continue.
Go ahead.
Continue.
Come on, guy. Honestly, I feel like we've been dealing with this war for like a long, long time. You know, people are suffering. It's very sad. Fortunately for the Israelis, you know, they have the U.S. Iron Dome system. You know, that keeps them safe. Like, one or two go through. Sadly, the Iranians, you know, they got in. But, you know, I'm hoping that Palestine, you know, they can pull through. Because, once again, if you look at history, you know, these people, they've been living there for quite a while. And people often mention how the Romans took over, like, about thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
But that's when people were more uncivilized. And when you think about the now and how people's homes were taken, what I think the Israelis have done is truly wrong.
Yeah.
I get you guys' thoughts on it?
So what I think is, I think people too much associate pro-Palestine with pro-Hamas. And, those are two different things. Hamas is a terrible organization, or terrible ideas and terrible,
Exactly.
what's the word? Intuition. But I think that there's Palestine and there's Palestinians, I meant, and Israelites.
Israelis?
Israelis, sorry, that are struggling, and hurting. So it's both sides. We need to help both sides.
Yeah, I just think that
You can't just be pro-Israel. It's ridiculous.
I just think that like Hamas is just a terrorist group.
Yeah,
First of all,
yeah.
I just think it's kind of unfair that the citizens that didn't do anything are suffering for the cause of one group,
Yeah.
which doesn't make sense to me. Because it's like at the end of the day, we're all people, and
Right.
you're just taking lives unnecessarily.
Yeah.
I just hope that there can be peace between the two, and like hopefully after they can help rebuild. What's it called? Help rebuild the entire side of Palestine. Because
Yeah.
that's total generational devastation right there.
Israel
Israel had a strike on Palestine a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just a couple points that I'm gonna mention.
Yeah.
They're like, the thing is, the Israelis, they just kind of walled off like the Gaza Strip. They don't let people in. They don't let people out. You know, you kind of have to go through border checks to even get food in, resources. There's actually an incident where there was like flower piles for people to get flour to eat
Wow.
in the Gaza Strip. Yeah, it was terrible.
Wow.
And then Israeli tanks moved in. You know, they just fired on them, like just innocent people, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Not to mention Israeli rockets. They hit hospitals.
Yeah.
It's like pretty bad.
It is bad.
And one really bad part about this all is that Netanyahu, he went in front of Congress. He asked him how many Palestinians have died. And he said practically none. He said
Jeez.
practically none.
Wow. That's horrible. Yeah.
And now,
Guy in a suit. That's it. Yeah.
not only does the IDF commit atrocities, but by the international court, there's a warrant out for his arrest for genocide. So, I don't know. With the way things are turning, I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like just they're silencing everything
Yeah.
about Palestine.
I just hope they just like stop this because this.
I
is
really do
genocide.
hope for a ceasefire.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's turn the page to a little less controversial and
A little light. Let's bring
a little
a little
light-
more
yeah,
lighthearted.
Yeah. Evacuation Day is coming up.
Evacuation.
Do you guys know the significance of Evacuation Day?
No, it teaches the new kids, well, it also refreshes in our minds where we should go, what we need to do in case of an emergency situation, such as a school shooter, where you need to go, how to stay safe, and if there was one in the building,
Lockdown.
how to keep yourself safe.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the original or the origin of Evacuation Day was actually when the British, so the Revolutionary War, the America was making significant gains on the British, and the British were forced to evacuate New York City. So they were like giving up on New York City. They're like, all right, we're done. You guys got this. So it was a celebration of British evacuating, and America has won New York City.
Yeah.
So that is it was a huge victory for us.
Exactly.
And I think the Revolutionary War is one of the greatest success stories of all time. You have people that are, 60 years old, like, a hook on their foot or whatever. Just old and just not healthy people fighting for their country and independence, which it just everything about it, just people being brought together no matter what religion they were. They were mostly all the same religion, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just uniting
Amazing
for
story.
one cause.
Amazing story. Favorite political figure of all time is the last question.
Favorite political.
Or not. It doesn't have to be fully political, but like a leader, a figure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys have any?
Think about this.
My favorite?
I can go to.
I don't really have
Do you want,
like.
do you want me to go
You
first?
can go first.
I'm gonna say George Washington. All right, I know everyone is gonna say, "Oh, George Washington, the big name," but what he did, what he led these common people, these common town people, to fight for independence, to fight against things that.
Not to mention the country with like the strongest army in the world.
Yeah, the strongest army in the world, and they were not experienced. They didn't have the right equipment. The people, so they crossed the Delaware River on Christmas Day, and half the soldiers had no shoes, it was freezing cold. It was 20 degrees or less, and they're on a boat crossing the Delaware River with no shoes on, and they walked from across that river. They walked miles and miles to the next point.
Not to mention they don't have modern healthcare.
Yeah.
So imagine how many people died.
Trench foot.
Right.
That's one thing too.
Yeah,
and
trench
it's cold.
foot.
Yeah, it was cold.
It's
Hypothermia, frostbite.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Washington missed a lot of Christmases from Martha Washington as amazingly strong connection with his wife. And but the day he came back, everything was done. It was actually Christmas Eve, and he returned home. Which, I mean, what an amazing story.
Sure.
That must have been a great moment between them.
Yeah.
That must have been sad. But you guys have any political figures?
I don't really have a political figure. I mean, I guess he was. I mean, in Mali. Well, the guy's name is Mansa Musa. I'm sure you know.
Oh man, the richest man in history.
Yeah. So Mansa Musa, he was the king of Mali, and he wanted to make a trip to Mecca, which is one thing you have to do at least like once in your life, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, it's pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage. You have to make your way to to Mecca, and pray there once in your lifetime as a Muslim. So, on his way, he takes like 10,000 slaves, 10,000 soldiers. So he just basically has a whole moving army, and he's going from country to country, making his way to Egypt. I said to Egypt, to Mecca.
Yeah.
But every Saturday he'd build a brand new mosque to pray whatever country he's in or wherever he's at.
Wow.
He'd like, let's say even if he's in the jungle, he'd cut it all down, build a mosque so he can pray.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's
Not to mention he single-handedly crashed Egypt's economy because he went there and just started handing out gold bars.
Wow.
Like, that's just like
No, it wasn't just Egypt's economy.
he
it was
crashed
all of Africa.
Yeah, I know.
All of Africa.
Everywhere he went, he crashed economies.
Because guess what? What are you gonna do if everybody's rich with gold?
Exactly. He was so rich. He was just handing out like money. Can you imagine?
It sounds like
It's
a war to me.
No, yeah, he got, and then all the way.
Yeah,
to
imagine just like a poor destitute kid on the street,
Yeah.
and
Which
then
is
he just
10
gets
gold
handed
bars.
a gold bar. Like,
That's what I'm
what?
saying. So yeah, that definitely, and it took them over 12 years. Egypt over 12 years just to raise their economy back up.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
can you imagine that?
That's
over
crazy. Yeah.
That's he got it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Not to mention, Egypt was the most prosperous country in Africa at the
exactly.
time.
For him to single-handedly crash, it's insane. And,
Yo, that's
and
actually
imagine
crazy.
he was only like 5'3" or 5'2". Just
Bro,
imagine.
he was like 24 years old.
No, I know. He was
Wow.
young.
Wow.
He was bro.
That's amazing.
Mali was a rich empire back
Yeah.
then. Like back in the day, Mali was like
It was
insane.
huge, too.
Like,
It was
if you see
massive.
like the architecture from back then, it's insane. They were like really advanced for the time. So they were rich, and he was just powerful. So he just flaunted his money. I guess.
That's yeah.
It's an insane story. Love
Yeah.
it.
I'd say my favorite political figure. It's a U.S. figure. Everybody knows him. John F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy. This man has negotiated the world out of nuclear Armageddon more times than I can count.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. We had Checkpoint Charlie Crisis, where tanks were literally up next to each other.
And he was the one that ceased the fire because that would have been a massacre right there.
No, literally, he had to pull nukes out of Turkey
Right.
for them to take the nukes out of Cuba.
Exactly.
And not to mention, he was on his way to stop racism as well.
Yeah.
And he was getting this country's economy flourishing. I
Yeah.
mean, we were doing amazing.
Yeah, we were.
And the most tragic part about his story is that they, like, in a parade, he was going around, everybody was so happy to see him.
Yeah.
Downtown Dallas.
Yeah, it was bittersweet.
Wow.
It's like everybody was happy, the best day ever.
Yeah.
People were outside cheering. The sun was nice.
Yeah.
And then,
And then
boom.
Yeah.
Not to mention, his wife was right next to
and
him.
his kid.
Yeah.
Like, can you just imagine?
His
horrible.
wife and kids right next
Right
to him.
next to
Yeah.
him.
And
Yeah.
it
Oh, the
is.
Kennedys are tragic.
It's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. It's terrible. When you think of Kennedy, you think of peace. I think of peace.
No, he really was
He-
trying
yeah,
to
he
make
He's
peace.
one of the most peaceful figures.
Exactly.
And
One
he
of
brought
the
people
most
unifying. Very
he
unified.
unified. Yeah, he
Yeah.
brought morale. He
Yeah,
boosted
yeah.
morale wherever
Definitely.
he went.
Yeah.
Everybody, he's like one of the presidents. Wherever he went, people were actually like glad to see him.
Yeah.
And it's just sad to see. the
You
way
know,
it is.
whenever I have favorite political figure, it's actually two people. But I'd like to specifically choose JFK.
Yeah.
But the other one, I'd have to say Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Greatest
It's
president of all
classic.
time.
Amazing.
Totally. Yeah.
you know, and it's wild. Their lives are so similar. They were both
They-
inducted on 08.
Mhm.
Both killed right next to their wives.
Exactly. And started, I think, in the 60s. And both of them had one had what's it called? Wait, no. I'm thinking of a different conspiracy. Never mind. No, you can take over.
Both of them, I think both of their shooters, it was like near a theater.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They are so similar. If you really search it up, their lives are extremely similar.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the guy that shot him ran into a theater. And
Yeah, he ran into the theater,
Yeah,
and
the
guess
guy-
what?
And then the guy that shot
John
him-
Wilkes Booth.
Wilkes, yeah,
was in
the
the
guy-
theater. Yeah.
Yeah, he jumped down into
He
the theater.
down
He
and
broke
ran,
his leg.
Yeah.
And still
Got on
ran.
a horse,
Yeah.
and they chased him down. Same thing happened to JFK shooter. They
Right.
chased
They
that
chased
man
him
down.
Yeah. They should.
Bro, I can only imagine the rage that people had that.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
Literally, to kill such a wonderful person
Right.
who was literally fixing everything.
Yeah. I think. So I hate to say this, but I think Abraham Lincoln was more of a clean person than JFK was. He had more things that you could argue against. Like he was a part of a few mafias. Like he was linked to. He had connections
I
and
mean,
stuff.
I feel like.
But-
Oh, the Kennedys weren't
they-
clean
they-
people.
none
Yeah.
of them are.
Right.
I mean,
But Lincoln, like he was almost.
I feel like-
perfect.
yeah,
Like
I
I
feel-
mean, not perfect, but almost everything he did was outstanding.
but the thing is,
Even if you're looking at recent, there was a Kennedy running solo. He
Yeah.
got about 23,000 votes, which
Yeah.
is pretty amazing.
Yeah. No. He actually shout out to RFK Jr. Robert F. Kennedy
Yeah.
Jr. Kennedy's nephew, JFK's nephew, has just been appointed to the health department. I think he's the head of the health department. So for the next presidency or the next administration,
Which is
So
insane
That
to-
should be cool.
to think that, his legacy in a way still lives on.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
So he's trying to make the obesity rate's at 40% right now. He's trying to get in contact with food services or whatever, try to get things
America's
healthier.
really unhealthy.
Very unhealthy.
Like, if you really think about it, people be eating like they got free healthcare.
Trust me.
Yeah, especially children. Children are
Especially
being unhealthy.
adults.
Yeah. Well,
It's-
adults.
But you
It
know
starts
where it
with
all
the
starts?
adults. Yeah.
You know where it all starts? Kids eat like their parents eat.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what
And
I'm
I
saying
be
with the
seeing-
adults.
Yeah.
It's
You know
passed
what's
down.
crazy?
Yeah.
However you treat your kids is how they're gonna follow.
Yeah.
If you're going out eating fast food and all that,
Yeah.
then your kids have a higher chance of doing the same thing. It's
Right.
like they just follow what they see.
Yeah.
It's like the blind leading the blind in a way.
Right.
So it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
I agree. We need to make America healthy again.
Yo, new slogan.
New slogan.
Make America.
So let's
Alpha.
let's do top 3 fast food real quick. That's our last thing. Last segment.
Honestly, top of my list, he knows it. He probably knows it. Dave's Hot
Dave's
Chicken.
Hot
Hot
Chicken,
chicken.
Man,
Nah, they
Yeah.
good.
bro, I kid you not. Dave's Hot Chicken, I would not put anything over it.
Yep.
Like, I kid you not. I always get it hot. You know, I like my food to have a kick. Medium
Yeah.
just doesn't do it for me.
Right.
After that, I'd have to say Jack in the Box.
Okay.
Man, I went to Texas.
I've never been.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have it in this
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
The closest one is like an 8-hour drive away.
I ain't driving.
I flew to Texas and I tried it for the first time. I kid you not, their curly fries are better than McDonald's fries.
Oh, yeah.
I kid
McDonald's
you
fries
not,
is
I'll put my arm on the
Okay.
line.
That's a little extreme. I'm not
No,
gonna
I
let's
kid-
calm down.
I kid you not, it's that good. And
Yeah.
then third, I'd have for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is a classic.
I'm gonna go.
You know, the waffle fries
yeah.
just can't be beat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 Popeyes, 2 Dave's Hot Chicken, and 1. Honestly, this is a new number 1. So like, I didn't even have this until I tried it 2 days ago. I was in Connecticut. Shake Shack. I had the smoke burger, whatever it's called. So good. the bacon was actually real bacon, and the sauce was so good. The shake was mid, but the burger, unbelievable.
You know what I'm gonna change my third to? There's a place called Shaz. It's like SHAH. It's in like Kelly Square.
Okay.
But like a burger can be like $6.99, but it's like huge, bro.
Really?
Like it's like this big. It's massive.
That's
like I kid you
very
not.
precise.
That might be going against the new saying, "Make America healthy again."
We're doing that right now.
Listen, man. Listen, man. We're talking about top 3 fast food. I kid you not. I got like fries, a soda, and a burger for like $12. And I kid you not, I've never seen prices like that in a while.
Yeah, I went to Shake Shack and got the burger and the shake. It was $20. I was like, my dad. I talked to my dad about it. He was like, "Oh, when I was a kid, burger."
Yeah, when I was a kid, famous parent quote.
Ants? Is that what it's called? Auntie Ants.
Auntie Ants.
Auntie Ants.
All the pretzels, cinnamon pretzels.
Yes,
Oh.
bro. And then the caramel
Pretzels,
dip. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
my
maybe
number
we should
3.
talk about Make America Healthy again.
Oh, maybe we should all go to whatever fast food place and have a nice bite.
Yeah.
How about that,
All
huh?
right.
All right.
Dave's Hot Chicken it is.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, Mohammed.
Dave's?
Dave's.
It's been a pleasure.
Man, Dave's is
Abdul.
expensive.
Appreciate you. Hey,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.